Hey guys, what's going on? Rick with Rick's Toy Room, and I'm going to tell you right now, this has been a fucking wild day. Normally I don't start out swearing in my videos, but the stories for today are just insane. So, turned the fuck around and got up this morning, and I was like, okay, I got to hit the comic shop. Looked at my calendar, didn't have a lot going on. I was like, it's gonna be a calm day, no problem, right? Turn around, and one of my friends didn't know she was back in the state. Sent me a text and was like, hey, have you talked to Sam? When are you going to go see her next? I've got some stuff for her. So I'm like, no, I haven't talked to Sam in like 5 days. Like, she went radio silent. And she normally, like, she needs her break, right? Like, like a lot of people these days, social interactions will drain you. And this weekend was no exception for myself as well. Like, I just didn't want to talk to anybody. I sat at home, vegged out on the couch, went burrito, and... So I was like, I'll hit her up, right? So hit Sam up, and I'm like, hey, let's do lunch. So typical back and forth, like trying to figure out, what the fuck we're going to eat, where we're going to go, make a decision. And I'm like, yeah, I can skip out of work for, about an hour for lunch, a little bit longer, because we're going to run up the road and go to Chick-fil-A. Cool. So we run out to lunch, and in the midst of going out to lunch, Carmen's just like, yeah, I can't... this meeting's some bullshit, blah, 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 and we're kind of laughing. And about, I'd say, most way through lunch, Sam's like, dude, it's just such a nice day out. I don't want to go back to the house. Like, wish we go somewhere to work outside. And I'm like, pick a spot. I was like, I'll kidnap you. I don't give a fuck. We'll go. Like, I ain't got shit else on my calendar today. So, about midway through that conversation, I get pinged. I'm like, fuck, I got some work I've got to get done by 3 o'clock. So we agree. I'm going to go grab my laptop. We're going to go play hooky. So... grab my laptop, take off. Lunch ended up taking 7 hours. I left the office at just after 11:15, and I dropped Sam off at 6:15. In the midst of that, I got a $30 parking ticket because what I thought, I was like, oh, we'll only be here for, a couple hours, hang out, get a couple drinks, and go to fuck home, call it a day. Yeah, that went out the window. So, got a $30 parking ticket, had a 7-hour lunch. I was like, all right, cool. So that's that. I was like, I gotta go pick up my comics. So punch it in the GPS. I'm taking the GPS and I'm back roading because I'm not getting on the freeway at 6 o'clock at night going to downtown Tampa. And pull up to this red light, and this lady starts running her fucking dick licker. And I'm like, is she talking to me? So I'm looking at her. I've got the window down. I'm like, what? I'm an insurance adjuster, and there's more accidents of people looking on their phone. I'm like, cool story, bitch. I'm GPSing, so be gone. Well, yeah, babe. And I'm like, lady, I had some guy almost sideswipe me yesterday, and I wasn't looking at a phone because he couldn't fucking drive. You need a window holder. By this time, the light turned green. I'm just like, gotta go. So, cool. That's that story, right? I'm like, random shit of the day. So, turn around, and I get to the comic shop, and I'm like, hey, got some books on hold for Matt. And lady's like, yeah, what's your name? So I give her my last name, and she's like, can't find it. I'm like, Matt's never... I was like, it's under Rick Kindle. Oh, Rick, yeah, you got your first name. I'm like, okay, whatever. No big deal, right? I normally use my last name when I go into businesses. But, of course, I told you before, I can't go into any comic shop without buying something. So, we're going to crack open this really quickly, and then we're going to get back into story time. So, we get to the comic shop. They get my books. And if you follow me on Instagram under the Rick's Toy Room account, you've already seen what I'm about to show you guys. And if you don't, you should be following me because, I post cool stuff on there. I don't have my box cover with me, do I? There it is. All right, we're not going to cut through the desk. I really don't like these poly bags. They had a few of these loose. Unfortunately, the foil cover I'm looking for was not part of the ones they already had loose, so I had to buy another blind bag. All right, cut it open. Let's see which one we get. If I get another Delato, I'm going to lose my mind, but it's not the one I'm looking for. I'm also worried this blind bag's got this big crease right here, and I think that's probably into the book, so that's going to hurt my feelings a little bit. But Matt can do some magic, so worst case scenario, I'll send it off to Matt and have him crack it open for me, or I'll have him fix it. Survey says, Jaime's Fraction Moray. Oh, this is the Jaime's cover. We've got this one. This isn't the one I'm looking for. It's a cool cover. It's just not the one I'm looking for. I'm just going to have to buy it on eBay. I'm tired of buying the blind bags, not getting the book that I want. All right, so that was that Batman. I told you guys in this last video, Batman Damned was on its way back in from CGC. I'm going to show you the variant cover. Now, this is still issue 1. This is the first DC Black Label. This is the Batwang issue. This is the issue where they showed Batman full nudity on the front, or in the first couple pages, and he's got, his dong out. Well, here is the variant cover, and as you see, that's a 9.8. And that's a good grade, especially for a magazine. Now, I've seen a lot of these graded, and CGC gives these a lot of really, really high grades. Kind of a hard book to screw up, to be honest. And everybody that bought it kind of tried to keep it as pristine as possible, knowing that it was basically being canceled the moment it hit at the shelves. A lot of backlash about, Bat Dong, and the reprints of this magazine have, and you can tell this is the first print because the UPC, this is variant cover, so UPC is the 00121. That's first print variant cover, so cover number 2. This is the first print, first cover, 0111, so you know this is the Batwing edition. Check out this grade. Now, looking on eBay, it's not as rare as I would think. 9.9. This is my first 9.9 book that I've personally had submitted. Like I said, Matt has done magic with this cover. He got this thing nice, pressed, clean, ready to rock and roll. It took CGC a little bit longer because it's the magazine, one, so it's super, super thick. But this is amazing. The grade is phenomenal. Highest grade book I've ever owned. And being that it's the, canceled version of the first DC Black Label, the price can only go up. I've seen a couple of these on eBay that were actually signed by Azzarello, the guy that actually did this book, that did the cover. And I think the selling price of these are well over $200. So I am super happy about this book. I'm happy about the 9.8s. My canceled Red Hood, both copies of those are in CGC's hands at this point. So those are both in the midst of being graded. And I'm just waiting for the announcement on when the submissions for Todd McFarlane can go through. So I'm going to be looking at a Todd McFarlane book very soon to crack and get graded. I'm probably going to drop the money and buy a 9.8 pre-graded and just get that signed so I can get a Signature Series 9.8. I'm still going to send the 7.0 with Keith David and get that cracked, cleaned. And if I can get that grade pushed up to somewhere in the 9s, I'll be happy with it. Last thing I'm going to show you guys, because, it's been a while since we've done anything cool with these. If you haven't seen these yet, they are well underway of going to CVS, Meijer, Kroger, Publix. Everyone should have received them by now. If you haven't, just keep going back every day because they are out. But it is the 2025 Halloween cars. We have all 5. I didn't see any variants. Honestly, I'm not super impressed with the models they chose for these. I really liked when they did the... Actually, I think this hologram may be new. I don't know. I have to check. I liked it when they used to do like the Ecto ones mixed in. But here they are. Here is the 2025 Halloween cars. This is car number 1. There you have it. Really cool. That's the Hollowback. Car number 2 is the Diesel Duty. Now, I'm pretty sure that the tires are glow-in-the-dark. I know they're blacklight reactive, but I think those are glow-in-the-dark tires. Number 3 is the Hologram. It's got like this kind of like little hologram car on the top. You have number 4, which is the Night Shifter. Now, the deco on these are really cool, and I always like the skull rims. I think those are super, super neat. And then the See You Later is number 5. I will double check if there's any variants. I don't think so. They normally don't do any kind of variant. Normally the short pack, especially on like the holiday Christmas ones, or is the New Year's car. But there it is, guys. There's a quick video on some of the crazy shit that happened to me today. Like I said, we took a 7-hour lunch, played hooky, had some random bitch yell at me, some shit that would have normally got her shot. Which actually goes back to part of the conversation during the 7 hours of lunch today. Like, I can sit there and talk with Sam for hours, and our conversations will start off at something super innocuous, super like genuine, like, hey, what'd you do this weekend? What TV shows are you watching? And it goes from that, and it just organically goes to the fucking moon and back. Somehow we got on the conversation of religion, and we almost always get on like a religion kick, and then we get into politics, and we, weave in and out and just kind of dip around. And the best part is like neither one of us have the similar views on we have a lot of similar views, but some of the more important things like we just don't see eye to eye on. And not because like we don't agree, it's just that we don't like, obviously I am a well stacked CPL holder. I have many pew pew on my items and very proficient with them. And she's very like, don't care for them, don't want to touch them, whatever. And we tend to have conversations a lot about that. And somehow, like I said, we got on this like religious conversation that took us into politics. We took the politics and we were like, oh, well, that's kind of how like the story of Star Wars, the Empire. And we took that, we ran with that for like, I don't know, half an hour. And then we got sidetracked into like, what if George Lucas would have rewritten a different ending for Star Wars Episode 3? What if Padme hadn't died? What if she faked her death? And, what would be her role in playing between Episode 3 and Episode 4? What would her role be in the Rogue One movie? And that, of course, got us into not only just that conversation, like what would her role be, how would it play out, but then, how it would kind of rewrite, or how she needs to go see Andor, because Andor Season 2 really did solidify the positions for Andor, which then how the Andor Season 2 solidified the positions for Rogue One, which then takes us to Episode 4, and it was just one of these, again, random conversations. You're in the middle of talking about politics, religion, and other nonsense mainstream media crap right now to Star Wars, and we talk for 45 minutes Star Wars, and then we somehow loop that back into, current news, and it's just such an interesting brain of hers, and it's such interesting conversations where we can just talk and be very, like, all emotion comes out of these conversations. We drop the emotions, like, here are facts, here are, conspiracy theories, here are options, like, it's just wild. And like I said, 7 hours. I mean, I'm fucking burnt. We sat outside at Armature Works at the Riverwalk, on the Riverwalk, and just broke camp at a table, turned on phones and modems, worked the entire time we were talking. Just wild. So yeah, it's been a crazy day. It's only Tuesday. We've made plans. We've officially made the plans that we're going to go check out this Halloween themed lunch spot on the east coast of Florida. So we are going to leave the Tampa area at like 9 in the morning on the end of the month, and we're going to drive 4 hours to the East Coast. We're going to try out this themed restaurant, and we're not even trying to, like, we're going to eat food, but like we're not going there because of the food. We're going for the theme. So we're going to do this road trip, hang out for a couple hours. We're going to road trip 9 hours back, or 4 hours back. So I mean, we're looking at like a 10-hour day at the end of the month to go have lunch. Like, honestly, this is the kind of crazy shit me and Dusty used to do. Like, me, Dusty, and Jamie used to do. Like, me and Jamie used to do. Like, me and everybody. Like, we just get in this mood one day. We're like, hey, we're going to get up. We're going to go, cross the state. We're going to leave the state. We're going to get some food. We're going to come back. Same day, same trip. We're just going to roll in, roll out. I mean, we used to do this shit all the time in Michigan. Living in Battle Creek, we would take the train, because you could get a train from Battle Creek for $30 one way into Chicago. So we jump on the train at like 8, 9 in the morning, pour rum chata in our coffee, talk shit, have fun, get to Chicago, do a little shopping, get Giordano's pizza, get on the train, get a couple 6-packs, smash them, ride home for $30, and then stumble into the apartment because we were right down the road. Like, and we're about to do that now. So Also, part of a conversation me and Sam had today, like, some people don't change. Like, I just do stupid, crazy shit because why not? So, all right, y'all. Video went a little long, but it's only Tuesday. We'll see you.